G'day and welcome to the second day of the group stage for Last Chance Qualifiers. We have our first series we're covering today, which is Xtreme Gaming versus T1. Now, T1 had a pretty rough day one and need to pull out some wins in this second day if they want to secure a spot in the upper bracket. Of course, no teams are going home from the group stage, but if you start in that lower bracket, it's going to be a lot harder to get one of those two available slots. So our first picks and bans. Marcy, of course, is banned. If you don't get first pick, then you ban Marcy. That's just how it is. I made the mistake on my compendium predictions of saying Marcy would be most picked. No, it would be most banned. Oh dear. Undying as well. And Enigma and SF being banned by T1. SF is these first phase bans from T1 are really interesting. It's like they don't care so much about the meta, but they want to make sure that they ban heroes that will be very good against what they're playing in their draft, which I mean is fair enough. I don't see an issue with that. It just means that you do leave some fairly prominent heroes in the pool. Primal Beast will be first pick from T1, and it's a good chance that's probably going to be mid.
Xtreme Gaming's turn to T1's turn to
Have seen Topson be playing the Primal Beast mid, but could just as easily be a 3 or a 4 as well. Xtreme Gaming grab the Morphling and the AA. Of course, if you're showing Morph, you don't want AA to be counterpicked, so be giving T1 the opportunity to counterpick that AA right now. Just take it out of the pool, pick it yourself, and go for the all-in blue draft. For Xtreme Gaming, we got ice and water. Different elements of the same substance. Maybe we'll have some gas next. Actually, Disruptor's bringing the storm, so who knows? Disruptor for T1. And I'm really quite a fan of the Disruptor in this patch at the moment. The additional damage on Glimpse is nice in lane, but more importantly, it cancels Blink Daggers. Cancels Blink Daggers, tumbles toys, all that sort of jazz. When they get brought back from the Glimpse, it's just a minor thing, but I think it makes the overall spell just that little bit better. Second phase bans.
Xtreme Gaming's turn to ban.
Beastmaster removed from Xtreme, trying to control the vision around the map, and just removing a super hard lockdown for this Morphling. Once you get the shard and Morphling, stuns don't matter too much, but you can still die even if you're getting the strength morph off. I think we've seen that quite a few times over the last few weeks. You know, a Morphling gets chronoed or Ursic and beat into the Morphling if they're locked down for a long time, and the Morphling will die. So you do have to be wary of those super long lockdown abilities. And Morphling doesn't really want to get a Linken's. Rather just get Manta and move in some other late tier items rather than stopping off for the Linken's first. So that Beastmaster ban. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Batrider. Batrider's already been banned from T1, so Batrider's taken out, as well as Earthshaker.
Turn to ban.
And we've seen Earthshaker be a first phase pick in day one of these Last Chance Qualifiers. Not so today, and it was taken out in the second phase. Terrorblade removed as well. This Ana Lone Druid seems to be quite feared, and it hasn't made it through at all yet, I don't think. I think if T1 want to grab the Lone Druid, it needs to be in the first phase. Otherwise, I think every team will just be using one of their second phase bans to remove the bear. And honestly, maybe you just start picking this bear and force a first phase ban on the Lone Druid. Who knows, it might mean a Marcy makes it through the ban phase. I doubt it, but you never know. One more ban for Xtreme in the second phase. Yeah, they target the cores target the cores again. So the Topson Monkey, remove that. That's showing that they're assuming this Primal Beast is not mid. I think it's just fair to think that at the moment it's flexible. That the Primal Beast could either be mid or off lane or 4. And it's just a safer play to remove the Monkey King, particularly if you don't want to be against that. Monkey King is good against Morphling. The damage with the Jingu is another one of those abilities like the Ursa Swipes, the Jingu Mastery, the Faceless Void, who does have potentially the damage to get through the Morphling. Oh, he speaks for the trees. The Lorax has arrived. We've got Nature's Prophet for T1. So I'm not going to venture as to guess what lane that's going to be in just yet. We saw some pretty funky T1 drafts yesterday. Be a Topson mid Prophet. Could be just Cuckoo in the off lane. I'll have to wait and see. Could be a safe lane Ana Prophet. We've seen it before. Maybe not an Ana, but certainly safe lane Prophet has been run. I think SA teams don't mind running the safe lane Prophet. Veno. Okay. Veno again for T1. They haven't had a lot of success with this Venomancer. I sort of tried to give them the benefit of the doubt yesterday with their draft. That, you know, maybe they ran it as the support. They still wanted the value of those plague wards, giving the vision on the map, you know, just being a nuisance. Maybe they're running it as a support again, but it certainly feels like it's not getting enough done in these fights.
T1's turn to ban. Bristleback.
Okay. Bristleback. So Nature's Prophet can build the Silver Edge. So that's not a... like, there is a Silver Edge buyer in T1. Sometimes you end up against a Bristle and you don't even have a Silver Edge buyer. On top of that, Primal Beast can get Ags. So with the Silver Edge on Nature's Prophet, the Aghanims on Primal Beast, with the Uproar... I don't know what they're called. Lines, splinters, or whatever they are, potentially two sources of break.
Xtreme Gaming's turn to ban.
But otherwise, I mean, Bristol's lowest win rate hero in Divine and Immortal currently. I think he's down at about 44% win rate in pubs. So certainly on the pub scene, Bristleback hasn't had the most success, and players are struggling with him. Maybe in a professional environment, in the captain's draft, you know, there is still potential for this hero, but with the nerf on the Goo range, the Aghanim Scepter just doesn't feel like such a power spike. And the late game Bristle got nerfed with the talent at 25 as well. It's just not as bonkers as it once was. Xtreme removed the Faceless Void, still banning towards Ana. They're thinking that Ana's Fury hasn't yet been shown here. I'd be thinking that Veno and Disruptor are the supports. Prophet and Primal Beast are your cores at the moment, and Ana's Fury is still to come. Xtreme, you've got a Morphling and a Bristleback, so greedy in terms of how you're positioning up on the map. We may actually see this as a mid Morphling. Could be a Paparazzi Morphling and safe lane Bristle with Lou, or even an off lane Bristle with Old 11. Nyx and AA undoubtedly will be the supports. Nice support combo actually as well. Nyx is pretty decent against Primal Beast. You know, there's plenty of AoE damage to get the Spike Carapace off. Disruptor as well, with the Thunderclaps and the Static Storm. Easy ways to proc that Spike Carapace, and the Veno. Like, Veno's, you can... so it's pretty much free stuns on 3 of the 4 heroes at the moment for Nyx to set up.
5 seconds remaining.
And Nyx AA is a nice combo. If you get the Impale, Cold Feet should follow up behind. So the TA is banned last, along with the Viper and Centaur from T1. They're banning the Viper themselves. They're not wanting to... actually banning Viper. Spectre?
10 seconds remaining.
Spectre wasn't banned.
Xtreme Gaming's turn.
Ursa. Okay, Ursa, Spectre. On the same lines in terms of having a passive that's really, really important to be able to deal damage or at least survive. So Ursa, it looks like to be an Ana Ursa to round out the draft. Pretty good at beating through the Morphling, as we mentioned, actually right at the top of this draft. The Ursa, the Faceless Void, both pretty good against it. But we're just going to see where they put the farm priority on Xtreme Gaming. Whether they want this Morphling to be more of a tempo hero, potentially get some more early game items and try and control the map, or go for that late game Morphling that's going to come on more around that 30-35 minute mark. Okay. Mother comes. We got the spider. So it isn't Ana Ursa. Paparazzi's taking the Morphling mid. Blue will have the safe lane Bristle, and that'll leave Old 11 on the Broodmother in the off lane. PYW on the 4 Nyx and DY on the 5 AA. Topson is the mid Primal Beast. Cuckoo's the off lane Prophet. Zephyr once again on that support Veno, and Whitemon on the 5 Disruptor. Okay, you know, both drafts ended up, I think, fairly well. Xtreme's draft is probably a little more greedy than T1's with the 2 Morphling. It's always something that you see and you think, wow, it's a little bit of a risk, but you know, with Morphling getting those early levels, he can actually become a somewhat tempo hero. If he gets dumped in lane though, and you've got a Morphling that doesn't have levels, doesn't have any ability to continue farming or apply pressure, then that's when you're sort of sitting there going, wow, we've got 2 POS 1s that have got, you know, low levels, and you're feeling pretty bad about that. So just have to wait to see how that goes. We'll be against Topson with the Primal Beast in mid lane, so the waveform will be really important to be able to get out of the trample damage, and generally just the adaptive strike to push back as well. The strength adaptive strike. Cowboy hat on Exa coming in. Here we go.
Prepare for battle.
Highest net worth by 10 minutes. I mean, I think Kukura on the Prophet. Play with the host physical damage done at game end. Yes, Bristle. Okay, so all importantly, got those predictions done. Gotta try and get my battle pass points. Teams are moving out. Topson has an obs ward. Zephyr has an obs and a sentry. So both obs are heading to this top side. PYW is smoked. We'll probably have that dispelled in the next second or so. I think there's not much. Yeah, it's about 3 seconds left on that smoker's seat. So probably we'll get that information just in time. In terms of Xtreme, they've planted an obs down on the high ground, and they have their second one. Yeah, DY's got the second obs, and he's heading probably to this high ground here. Back that down. Old 11 with the spider has taken the fluffy hat level 1. So with the webs of 5 health regen in the webs, so just relying on that web regen to get himself through the lane. Hasn't bought himself any regen, just has the quelling blade plus iron branches and the fluffy hat. Man, remember when webs actually gave invisibility as well? I mean, there was other things it didn't give, but still.
That was kind of you.
That will be scouted out. PYW will maybe think there's a ward up here. Topson has the obs, and Topson didn't play. And actually, Venom Scale being caught on Old 11. He hasn't got boots. Topson hasn't leveled anything yet. I think if he'd taken the trample damage, maybe he would have got the kill. He took that a little late. I think that could have been a first blood if he just used the trample straight away. Tango 12, if you are in chat, could you do the honors? Ward will be planted down. But that will be scouted by this one. So that will be an easy D ward for the side of Xtreme. Heading to the runes. Cuckoo's here. There's a Venom Scale onto Lu. Topson comes across and makes sure he secures it on the top side. PYW will pick it up with the use of the Impale, level 1. And that'll be a couple of bounty runes each. So in the mid lane, Paparazzi on his Morphling, playing up against Topson on the Primal Beast. Down in the bot lane, Lu on the POS 1 Bristleback, supported by DY on the AA. They'll be laning against Cuckoo on the Nature Prophet and Zephyr on the Veno. In the top lane, we have Ursa being played by Ana, POS 1 for T1, being supported by Whitemon on the Disruptor, laning against Old 11 on the Brood, and PYW on the Nyx Assassin. So I think there'll be plenty of action in this top lane with the Ursa. Oh, the little cheeky little Courier snipe there. The old Courier walks around the weird way. Never ceases to surprise me how the Courier loves to walk around and get themselves killed. Whitemon just putting a lot of harass into Old 11. Has bought himself some tangos, so with that and the web regen, we'll be perfectly fine. 14.2 regen at the moment. Whitemon is just aggressively posturing to get some action on this top lane. Yeah, it's forcing Old 11 back. Bottom lane, Gale comes out again onto Lu. With Cuckoo in this lane, they should, be able to dominate pretty well with the Veno and the Nature's Prophet. AA does not like dealing with a Prophet. Sun just coming out on Ana in top lane. He's just got to click down those treants, and by the time he clicks them down, they'll probably just be dead anyway, or expire anyway. In mid lane, Topson, he's trying to get in with that level 2 trample. Paparazzi, not yet level 3, does pick it up now. Has the pointed adaptive strike, nothing in the waveform just yet. Top lane, Old 11's being caught in the field. Ana looking away with the Fury swipes, doesn't get enough damage through, and Old 11, he's got a shared tango from PYW and that web regen. That's what he's got at the moment. Whitemon has burnt through a lot of regen. He's down to his last clarity. No more mangoes. As this lane progresses, it'll get better for Xtreme. The treants won't be as hard to kill with a couple more levels in quills. Zephyr, most of the harass from DY will probably go towards Zephyr. There's the slow again. Lu does pop a mango to get some more ability to quill. But still, he's sitting pretty low, trying to get towards that ring of health. 35 gold. They know he's going for it, I think. Yeah, he's thinking about it. Zephyr's guarding the shop. He's got another Venomous Gale already. I think he'll die if he goes for it. Top lane is still sitting fairly even. Paparazzi is level 4. Topson is behind the tower. Just having a little bit of a walk around. Going to pick himself up a little bounty rune. Refill that bottle. Top lane Ana might actually be in trouble here. There is mana for a stun. Mangoes are available if he wants to turn around. Kinetic field. Rule mango. Only hit the Ursa. And both sides will regen up a little bit. And of course, actually catch it bottom lane. Topson, bottom lane. Getting the kill onto the Bristleback. I mean, he just walked through, there was no vision. He was missing from mid lane as well. You'd think that would have been, they played a little bit careful there, but yeah. Catching out that one. Oh, gee, now I'm talking about one, I'm not thinking about the other top lane. Disruptor goes down. Ana, though, might be able to get a trade kill here. Body blocks from PYW. And he gets the job done, I think. Would have been close. One more hit. I think it was, what, 3 stacks? 7 stacks, yeah. I think one more hit would have done the job. 7 stacks, additional 12, yeah. That would have been enough. More than enough damage. Courier. 1, 2. Yoink. Cuckoo will take that one. We'll take a fair bit of damage for it from DY. The level 2 Chilling Touch certainly hits pretty hard. So reasonably even at this point on. Ana is looking for a bit of action here. Jumps forward. Silken Bowler does slow him down a little bit. There's the kinetic field. I think the last right click's going to come through. Miss! Oh, the miss! But Dobson's here. He's looking for a trade. Not even a trade, just a cleanup. Cleanup crew. And Old 11. The miss chance, 45%. That last right click just didn't connect. I might just go for more. They're thinking about it. This is under the tier 1. We'll just back up for a moment. Or will they? Topson, the Primal Beast. It's coming across. He'll scout out the TP. And yeah, this might just be a dead Old 11. With the Thunderstrike and the dodge of the Impale, Topson. He sort of faked that he was going back and came back to the top lane anyway. Very powerful mover early on with those early points in Onslaught. Very strong ganker. Damage to boot. Once he gets to level 6 Pulverize, it won't slow down either. So Paparazzi is just sitting pretty mid lane at the moment. Topson's been bottom, he's been top. And Paparazzi all that while has just been sitting mid, getting a nice little start. And we sort of mentioned that if Morphling gets off to a decent start as this mid Morphling gets his levels, you know, he can be that space creator for the POS 1. And yeah, 40 to 14 you can see on the last hits. He's really just had this free time mid with Topson moving around the map. Topson seems to somewhat abandon the lane. He's level 5. He's just letting Paparazzi have it at the moment. Paparazzi coming up on level 7. We'll charge through and try and get some XP. Got that level 6 now, so he'll feel much better himself. Bottom lane, DY will just TP out. No stuns there. Zephyr. Level 2 in the Poison Sting. It starts to add up. Tick, 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 tick. There, reapply it. There's another one. Tick, 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 tick. Tick, 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 tick. Got a Gale. He might actually just go for this kill, Zephyr. He's thinking about it. He's clicking. He's ticking. Is it enough? I mean, yeah. Kills are happening top. I think he'll be fine. Topson comes top and helps again. Old 11 in the trees. Field will miss, but the slow comes out from Ana. Stun as well. Topson. And the Pulverize on top. The Spider. Old 11. There's no safety for you in the trees. This isn't Mirkwood. Oh, the Courier. Ana's Courier does die. It's Courier Genocide this game 1 at the moment. Refill. Mid lane. Paparazzi has 4 levels in waveform, so yeah, not really much of a threat here at the moment. Zephyr, though, does slow down Paparazzi. Invis Rune. Collected in the bottle. Topson moving top now. He's got phase boots, wind lace, so plenty of damage. Bit of chase as well. Maybe level 6. Like to have that trample damage maxed out. Time being, teams are just taking switching lanes a little bit. Paparazzi's coming top. And this is probably the safer place to be at the moment. Mid lane. They want to keep chasing Old 11. He's only level 4. Push this tower. Reduce the space on the map for the Spider. Really punish this Broodmother pick. Silken Bowler. Charge comes through. Onto PYW. Spike Carapace. Will block a little bit of the follow-up, but not enough with the Nature's Wrath just coming through Cuckoo. Yoinking that one. Chaseable Hunger. Chasing down Cuckoo, but I think the Spider, you need to be careful. Step out of your depth here. Gotta stay in his webs. Paparazzi will show now on Whitemon. With the glimpse, sends him back. Oh, the timing, no! What, the last right click? It missed? Okay, I swear there was something flying in there and it had no effect. Maybe that was somehow disjointed by the glimpse. Yeah. Ana, Phase Boots, Orb of Venom as well, working in the Diffusal Blade next. So not going for the Battle Fury Ursa, more of the fighting Ursa build. Wants to be active around the map, put pressure on this Morphling and the Broodmother. I think that's the correct call this game if T1 want to come out on top. It is still a Morphling and a Bristleback. It is still greedy. And a not yet level 6 Old 11 at 10 minutes. He's been given mid lane to try and get himself the Spiderling so he can start controlling the map and farming around the jungle camps, but still not there. Still half a level required. Lau's shown he does have level 6. Thompson with the trample damage. He's trying to get as much done as he can with the Arcane Rune as well. Pulverize on top. Cuckoo's here. He's facing towards Cuckoo. They need a bit more damage. TPs are coming in. He might just make it away. He is ticking down Vanguard with an additional Ring of Regen. Plus 18.6. I think he'll live through it. No, Whitemon's come across with the Thunder Strikes. One more right click. He needs one more. The glimpse damage will be enough, and they get the kill. Back over under the tower. Clearing the wave. Paparazzi did use the waveform to make his way back, but he's got no TP, and I think they know it. They find him. Waveform's over. There's the silence. Zephyr might actually die for it. Stun comes through from Thompson. Zephyr's trying to walk his wealth away, and he will. Pulverize comes out. Strength Morph is keeping himself alive a little longer, but there's so much damage ticking him down. Between the Thunder Strikes, the Poison Stings, the Gales, the Treants, a little bit of trample damage as well. It was just a little bit too much for him to survive through, and Kuka will finish off this bottom tier 1 tower.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And T1's top tower is untouched. Smoke. 2-man from base. This is a deep Snoke. Guess they want to get back out on the map quickly. See if they can continue to get some work done. 6 on Veno, however. He has opted not to get the Poison Nova. Instead, just getting more points into the Plague Wards. I think that's somewhat understandable. Maybe as a core. As a support, I think you probably do want that level 6. It's a pretty impactful spell. Thompson, smoke breaks, charges through, onto Lu with the trample damage. Zephyr, he wants to get the Gale. It will connect with the Poison Sting as well. Wrath of Nature and the Pulverize. It's enough. They'll see a stack. It's a big one. Oh, this is juicy. Pings are coming out. There's the Poison Nova. They're going to try and take it down. Ana, he's coming through. He's trying to take the fight first. PYW. Big ulti coming through. Connects over onto 2. Zephyr will go down. But Thompson, he's undeterred. He sees the spider. With the glimpse, pulling him back towards the high ground. And now the stack. It will be theirs. The Poison Nova has ticked it down. Just waiting for a trample. And this is huge. All the gold. My goodness. Getting all of these creeps. Ana, he wants them all. Got to kill them all. And Ana will actually cancel the TP. Drop down Static Storm on top of Lu. It's just to buy a little bit of space to get himself out. Thompson will use the Onslaught. Get away from that AA. And Zephyr will cover the retreat with the Plague Wards. So we have Earnest Shadows up on Zephyr, working into that Spirit Vessel. Very good against a Morphling if he doesn't have a way to dispel it. I do feel a little bit scared for Zephyr this game against the spiders. And once those spiders hit a critical mass, they will just run down this Veno. Not a lot he can do about it. So just positioning himself well. Paparazzi Dragonlance. Trying to just posture on this mid lane to get this tier 1 tower down. Another smoke. Thompson, the beast is on the hunt again. Oh, they're gonna see Lu, maybe. They want the collapse on him. TP coming in. Nature's Prophet is here. Lu is stunned up by the onslaught. He's inside the field. He's got nowhere to go. Ice Blast will come through. Connect over on Whitemon. Maybe PYW might think about trying to get the damage over onto Whitemon, but that Ice Blast will expire. Frostbitten effect goes down. He's got bigger fry. Got bigger targets. Cuckoo's here. He's trying to keep eyes on him, but Cuckoo senses the danger and moves his way back. Ana has the Diffusal Falcon Blade, looking for Blink next. He's not mucking around. Maxed out Overpower with 1 in the Earth Shot just to slow him down, a little bit of mobility. And with the Treants, they're just going to go for this middle tower. Put Ana up front. He's level 10. Thompson is covering. They know they're sitting all behind. Even a Static Storm ready as well. This is a bad fight for Xtreme Gaming to try and take. Spider Army will continue to grow. Is this just straight into Roche? I think this is the plan. Drop down a sentry, put some woods up on the high ground, try and control them coming in, and Thompson and Ana are into the pit. Treants as well to tank a little bit. Cuckoo's there with the Blightstone, just amping up the damage a little bit more. But now it's a 4-man smoke. Xtreme Gaming, they can't let this go. They're going to contest it. Webs are down. T1 have actually backed out of the pit though, maybe looking for the fight. They get the glimpse back over onto PYW. Spike Carapace does come out just to stun Whitemon for a moment. Big ultimate connects onto Ana. He's just dead already, but Static Storm over onto the Morphling. Paparazzi has to try and get out of this. Poison Nova. There's going to be a lot of damage coming his way. Luz running in to protect his mid. Cuckoo decides he doesn't want to be here anymore and TP's out. Plague Wards are on the deck. This is the power of the AA. You get that Ice Blast, and even an Ursa can get bursted quite quickly. I know the Roche has been targeted though. Thompson's still in the area with an Arcane Rune close to a BKB. Blue's going to try and come in and clear out these Plague Wards, but they are just obnoxious. Level 3 wards now, 2 in the Poison Sting. Once they get to 4 and 4 on the Poison Sting and the wards, it's really quite a pain to try and move through. Getting through an area with wards is like sort of walking through a minefield. You just get slowed. You're ticking down. You just think you're about to lose it, and then it gets reapplied again by another ward you didn't know was somewhere in the fog. You know, it's just a hard way to approach. I think this is what they're going for with the support Benno on T1. They just want to provide this this wall of wards. Blue is taken by the Venomous Gale. Back into the pit goes Ana. Using the Treants to tank. Damage is coming out quickly. The Roche is falling. Back out of the pit. They'll get the Pulverize over onto PYW. He goes down. And without the Nyx, I think Xtreme, yeah, they're backing out of here very quickly. Once Nyx dies, they realize they don't have a way to get in, and they just need to back up and farm the map as best they can. And T1 are just charging forward. Thompson, so he goes straight, splits the middle of 3 heroes there. Doesn't see him, he's jumping forward. Cuckoo with the silence now. Orchid is out. Thompson has the trample damage and the pulverize to follow. Ana's here with the Fury swipes damage. And if Onslaught to follow up, you just can't get away. Paparazzi slowed down by the uproar. Ana sent back the other way. We actually used the Onslaught to charge away, but the glimpse brings him back into the grateful hands of Ana. Says thank you very much, Whitemon, for that Uber delivery of fresh Morphling. And Lou's actually bottom of the net worth for the cause. He's really struggling to come online quickly at all. Wants to have the Aghanim Scepter. He's gone for the Vanguard and the Hood of Defiance. Actually, he's not going for Ags at all. He's going for BKB next. So he's going for a BKB sort of power timing instead of the Aghanim Scepter. Stun comes out, they find damage over onto Lou, but maybe this time Thompson's gone a little in deep. Cuckoo's right with the silence over onto the Nyx. Ana's in the back lines, and they're just collapsing over onto Xtreme Gaming. And this Bristleback, you can't negate infinite damage. And now Ana is rolling this game with the Diffusal. BKB will be coming next. Got the Blink Dagger. Nowhere is safe on the map now for Xtreme Gaming. If Thompson or Ana are around, there is threat. Cuckoo can be anywhere. You've got a glimpse, so even if you just get scouted, you can get pulled back in. Zephyr controlling this mid lane. Got those occult braces. Oh, it's such a feels good neutral item, the occult bracelets. Bracelet. +3 attributes is nice in itself, and then extra mana regen you get. It's very, very nice. Particularly on a hero like Venno that just wants to be able to constantly spam those wards out around the map. Paparazzi, trying to get the Manta, needs to have some sort of dispel. now that there's a silence on Cuckoo. Nature's Prophet coming in with the Orchid. I wonder if he's going to go... he's going to be working into the Shadow Blade after that. Yeah, he wants to get that Silver Edge. So that break effect. I'm wondering, is Topson going for Ags? Yeah, so in the next... Oh, there's the glimpse. Actually sends PYW backwards. Is in court inside the Static Storm and the field. Cuckoo's looking for more. There's a silence, but he TP's out on Morphling. So 2 sources of break coming in for this Bristleback. So already Bristle's having a hard game. And once the Aghanim Scepter is online for Topson and the Silver Edge for Cuckoo, it'll be even more. Paparazzi does waveform away. Topson just stampeding forward. That trample damage. Glimpse catches over onto Old 11. Has got the Falcon Blade. Vlad's offering, going for now the Wraith Pact. I think just needs the point booster. He'll have that Wraith Pact up and running. So Old 11 going for more of a sort of utility Broodmother. You would think so when you have a Morphling and a Bristleback already. You know, this Broodmother doesn't need to carry the game. This Broodmother just needs to get some support items, keep his cause alive the best he can, and yeah, he hasn't gone for the silence or anything like that himself. Actually, Ana, lucky for Old 11 that the stun was there. Ulti will come out, and that Ice Blast won't actually do a whole lot when the Enrage was popped. And you know where you see the Frostbitten duration is gone. Batmon, he's invisible. These will get stunned up and die. Further kills are happening. Ana, will he just keep fighting? There's a silence. Zephyr comes through with the Poison Sting. And with the Treants, tier 2 looks like it will be falling. Catapult and Treants, Aegis for 25 seconds. Glyph will be forced. Maybe that's enough to save it for the time being. Maybe with the Aegis expiring, they do just want to get the full heals here. 13 seconds. Yeah, Ana's even sensing that's a little bit dangerous just to greed around there. Oh, there's a courier. Take that one. Oh, and the second one. Oh, 2 couriers. Oh. I mean, blue dies bottom. I know what was more important. 2 courier kills that were just sitting AFK at the shop. In fact, it's more gold for the team even. It is. Zephyr, Spirit Vessel with 4 charges, working on the latent toxicity shard now. It's a little more tick. Just more tick damage. Wants to be death by 1,000 cuts, which is apt since there is a Nature's Prophet in the game. I remember the days. I remember the days of Rat Dota. Death by 1,000 cuts. And Treants coming in to slowly take Raxes. But yeah, latent toxicity, just more ways to deal some more damage from the support Vano. And really, support Vano is getting a lot of value this game. Hasn't really died in a lot of fights, has made it through, and is showing on the net worth. Top of the supports, really. Almost 6k net worth. Philly dropped for the side of Xtreme. I think DY will love to have that one. PYW not so much, considering he wants to deal the damage out of Vendetta. Actually, he's grabbed it. Nice 30 attack damage. He's not going to be really using the Vendetta for the hits a whole lot. It's just for scouting. White one sitting invisibly. To scout something out. Well, Shadow Amulet not infinite anymore. Rip Griefers. Only 15 seconds. That's the Wraith Pack complete now on Broodmother. He's starting to farm quite quickly with all the Spiderlings up and running. Going into the pipe next, there's just more support items since Broodmother. Wants to just be the Aura carrier from that off lane and help this Morphling and Bristleback somehow survive the damage that's coming out from T1. Because it's overwhelming at the moment. Bristleback cannot live. I think even with the BKB, it's questionable whether he lives through an initiation. If Ana's around and Topson's on top pulverizing, I think he'll be dead in the duration. And if he's not, the BKB will probably just extend his life temporarily. Smoked up, looking for the catch. Paparazzi, they're moving up on the stairs. Moving around the edge, Thompson smoke, will break, he charges through, doesn't quite connect, but the spike carapace will. And with the Ice Blast, Thompson, he will go down, even with the BKB. Arna's in the middle of the fight though, enraged, BKB, but Morphling's damage isn't to be underestimated, and he goes down. Cuckoo, BKB, just a TP away. White Mum will do the same under the effect of the invisibility. And that Ice Blast. Ice Blast nicked on both Ursa and Thompson. And yeah, you can't underestimate it. There's a reason why the AA has been banned second phase in a lot of matches, because this hero, it deals damage. And when you can't heal or even regen, it makes a big difference. We saw the damage of Paparazzi there. Just stood his ground, held up against the BKBs of Thompson and Ana, and I think they're making a kill here. Silence from the tree line. There's the Static Storm on top with the Spirit Vessel. That's going to be a dead Morphling. Ice Blast will come through onto Zephyr, but won't really achieve a whole lot. It's going on cooldown for about the next 40 seconds. And this is the power of this Nature's Prophet. Just TPing behind, did the silence, and they knew that the Mantle would come out. And immediately, there was the Static Storm on top. So that was just chained perfectly from T1 there. I think Xtreme are just fighting their way back into this game, though. That fight in the bottom jungle, really impactful. You can see it hasn't got out of control yet for Xtreme Gaming. Old 11 is getting his items. Pipe is ready. Going now for Halberd. You can see his farm is starting to accelerate. Same as the Bristleback. He's got a BKB online. Can be a lot safer around the map. Happy to try and take some fights with that BKB. He's quite tanky. BKB, Hood, Vanguard. Looking for a Nullifier. He just wants a little bit more HP, honestly. It's 2,000 HP. And into the Roach Pit we go. Whoa, Cuckoo. Roach is just bashing. So Ana will grab the Shard and the Aegis.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Now that's reset Xtreme Gaming again. They did feel like they were just sort of climbing back into this game again, but with the Aegis and the Shard pick up on Ana, it's tough for him to fight against this. One Ice Blast will be enough to get one life, but there's no double Ice Blast. Basher being queued up by Ana. Blue's still looking for the Nullifier. DY, I think at the moment, maybe a 4-staff. Can scrounge together the gold. Cuckoo is being scouted out, but he's actually the one who's... he's under a sentry. Oh, the Nyx. That was not a good place to be. Thompson will scout DD.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Just to kill some spiders. But Ana without a Battle Fury or a Maelstrom, killing the spiders is pretty difficult. But that's where Thompson excels. And gold, money, money, money. He's got spiders in his tummy, the Primal Beast.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Cuckoo arriving with the support and just blinking onto the back lines. Old 11, he's been caught. Hurt the mana down and the Pulverize on top. I don't know if support's coming for him. He will just die. Yeah. Xtreme deciding to just split the map at the moment. You can see on the top side here, Lou's farming desperately, trying to get towards some more items. Morphling was back in the base in case they needed some form of defense. Is that a Shard on DY? Yeah. Got the Shard on DY, so it really does make Ice Vortex a very powerful spell. Actually, they scouted out Lou. BKB is used and currently no way to get through it. However, that will not keep you safe for much longer. Ana's Basher is almost ready, so the BKB TP won't have its effectiveness forever. And the BKB, that was the fresh 9 seconds. So when you use your fresh 9 second BKB to TP away and don't actually get to use that in a fight, starting to feel pretty bad for Lu. You know, all this gold you've invested in this item, and you don't really get a lot out of it. You just sort of save yourself. Xtreme Gaming, PYW leading the way. Cuckoo might get caught this time in the exact same spot. PYW's come back for revenge with the ulti on top, the Ice Blast and Paparazzi. There's no way that Cuckoo lives through that. But the counter, they found Lu in the bottom lane with the break, and oh dear. Now the break is active. The Agnum Scepter. Bristleback is no longer Bristleback. He may as well be called Paperback. He's just going to get torn to shreds. Cuckoo actually went away from the Silver Edge. So just the one form of break on Thompson. And really, as you can see there, as long as he gets it off and there's damage coming through over onto the Bristle, he can't survive. It's too much. Which as a Bristleback player, you'd have to be pretty annoyed about, considering you've got Vanguard, Hood, BKB. You know, you're very tanky, even without the Bristleback passive. Elven Tunic. Thompson will grab that up. Might give it over to Ursa, or even now he's going to use it himself. Give himself a little bit more movement speed and evasion. Never a bad thing. Cuckoo TPing in, joins the party on the tower and says, yoink, that's my last hit. Ana did all the work, and I'll come in and grab the spoils. On the high ground, Old 11's set up his webs. He's got his auras. No halberd just yet. Lu's going to try and defend this high ground, but he doesn't have an Agnum Scepter. It's hard to defend without it. To be spamming out those goos, it would make a big difference. Oh, double stun coming through. They connect onto Ana. Remember, he does have the Aegis. Lu in the middle with the BKB. Thompson running in. Stampede, but he might actually need to run away here. Gets off the break. Static Storm on top of Ana just to protect him. Yeah, Thompson's starting to get to the point with this Primal Beast that you can't even ignore the damage of the Morphling. Even with the BKB up, he just sort of ran in and trampled around, and Paparazzi just stood his ground once again and hit with the BKB. The middle lane. Lu will Ogre Steel Totem away. Or flop away. He'll Ogre Steel flop away with the Ogre Steel Totem. Still one of the memeiest names in the game. Morphling, as long as he's got the BKB up, he can stand his ground. Nullifier is ready on Lu. Thompson close to level 18. Reduce that cooldown, increase the damage. Pretty good upgrade. This Spider. This is not how you want to be playing as a Broodmother. Scared in your own... Scared to farm your own closest camp to your base. Own hard camp close to your base. This is not how a Broodmother wants to play. You want to be over the other side of the map. You want to be farming up the opposition jungle. You want to have fear in the opposition supports to even come near where you're farming. You know, in case your Spiderlings just have their way with you. But Old 11, because of the start that he had, certainly not how he wants to be playing this game. Another tier 2 will look to bite the dust. Glyphs are available, but I doubt they'll be used. Save it for the high ground instead. Lu, he's shown himself. The latent toxicity. Limbs coming back. Stag Storm, he actually didn't BKB before the glimpse came out. And now Ana's on top of him. We'll slowly get away. Here comes the trample. Damage over onto the Spider. Old 11 is saved by the double impale. Kinetic Field on the ground, keeping Old 11 in there with the ultimate chucked out. And the uproar shards. Uproar splinters. What is the name of this? It's just Uproar Upgrade. Projectiles. Splinters. Let's call it the Uproar Splinters. It annoys me it doesn't have a name. Zephyr has a gem. Need to control the map even more. And really, yeah, it was only one death. One death. It was just the Broodmother of Old 11 that went down there, but Lu was able to make it out. with all of the resistances he's got, he was able to get away. Sort of thought he'd BKB before the glimpse came out. Is there an Aghanim Scepter being worked on by Whitemon? Not at this moment. There's always the threat of this Ag Scepter on the Disruptor that will just catch and kill pretty much anyone. Particularly the first time it's used. You might think, oh, I can just pop the BKB and get out of the Static Storm, get out of the field. And, no, you cannot. 5-man smoke now from Xtreme Gaming. They're 13k net worth down. Starting to feel a little bit desperate, but there is now no Aegis on Ana. He can be bursted. They've seen that they can do it. With the AA Blast, everything is possible. It looks like this smoke might just be to re-establish some vision around their triangle so that they can play safely here, continue to farm, because at the moment they've been trapped in their base. Paparazzi level 20 takes the waveform attacks target. Lou's taken Bristleback damage reduction and mana regen. Didn't take the goo cast range or the damage. Interesting. I want to take it to level 20 here. Cool stack damage or health regen. Does he want to be a little bit more survivable? I mean, health regen does take it. So he's just trying to live. Everything to try and live a little longer. But T1, they're on the hunt again. The beast is stalking. Hunting his prey. No, I don't think Thompson will be very scared to head in anywhere. It's a casual plate mail now as well. He's thinking about it. Thompson doesn't have any uproar charges. Blinking in. Ana going forward. Does get stunned by POW. The ult comes out, but the enrage is there just in time. He's still taking a lot of damage from Paparazzi. The BKB. Ana's trying to run away. Middle of the fight. Cuckoo does just try and body block him up. Static Storm down, catching Morphling, but he's going to be pretty healthy when it's over. Lou is now in the middle of the fight with initial damage dealt. And he's still on full HP. He has to get away. Buyback did come out from PYW. And with Static Storm used, Wrath of Nature down as well. Feeling a little bit tentative about taking a fight here. Roche is not yet up. It will be in 50 seconds. Both teams know that it must be close. Both teams have ways of sort of scouting out that pit. Treants on one side, spiders on the other. So both teams, if they're vigilant, shouldn't have any issues finding out when that Roche is spawning. Zephyr, he might just get caught here. Stun, damage. He'll get a chance to get off the ultimate. Stunned again. No, he won't. No Poison Nova. And now, no buyback either. They might just try and control this pit. Ana has been nullified. He's slowed down by the goo. The spiders are on him. His ultimate will be expiring. There's a secondary stun from PYW. Ice Blast is coming through. And Ana, he just explodes into a pile of spiders. As the eggs hatch and burst. And Roche now spawns. You're rewarded, Xtreme Gaming, with that pickoff. The Roche is now yours. To do as you will. It's an Aghanim Scepter as well. My goodness. It's an Aghanim. It's a free Aghanim Scepter for Bristleback. He didn't even farm it. And now he's got one. Oh dear. That was a huge turning point in this game. The one thing that Lou was missing, and now he's got it for free. Doesn't even take an item slot. He is now the threat on the map. Hit the top net worth. Of course, with that Aghanim's Blessing gold. The amount that actually costs. So T1, their signature style of going in hot and heavy off the bat, it did well again, but they just couldn't quite get enough structural damage done before Xtreme Gaming were able to turn this around, and it's a 2k net worth lead to T1. It may as well be nothing. You can see the win probability is actually stretching now in Xtreme Gaming's favor. Gaben has declared, with that Roshan spawn, that Xtreme Gaming are the favored ones. Psychic Headband on AA. Loves a little bit of cast range. Hasn't actually got any other items. 1800 gold. Could maybe work towards an Ether Lens or a 4-staff. Would have the gold for it. Maybe just holding buyback at the moment. Both teams just mirroring themselves around the map. Smoke now, 4-man from T1. Of course, Cuckoo can join at any moment with the teleport. Ana level 20. Took the Fury Swipes damage. Doesn't want someone surviving an initiation. Thompson as well, level 20, 25% trample attack modifier. They want more damage. The fight's coming. It's against an Aegis Morphling Cheese Bristleback. They pretty much have to kill him twice. It's going to be hard. Lou with the Aghanim Scepter just running forward. Has a cheese if he even gets low on mana as well. Has a free refill. And the call will be just to try and clear the wave. Nullifier comes out onto Ana. Will just continue to run away over the other side of the trees. Paparazzi clearing the catapults out from the mid-wave. They still think they're going in here. Ana, he's got the Aghanim Scepter. Reducing that cooldown. Trying to deal the damage onto Lou. Maybe forcing a BKB in the backline. Stun comes out onto Whitemon. Spiders are now on him. There's a Static Storm catching down onto 2. BKB from Lou and Cuckoo. They're both trying to deal damage. Ana's in the middle with the ultimate. But he's being controlled. He's having to run. The Abyssal comes out. Paparazzi, they're chasing him. There's another stun. Can he get to the high ground with the BKB? It does look like he can. Cuckoo and Thompson are now in trouble off to the side. Cuckoo, under the cover of invisibility, will scamper off to the right-hand side. Thompson trying to get the Aghanim Scepter. The shards coming out. It will get the damage over onto Spider. Odd 11. We're going to cheese is popped from the Bristleback. And Thompson, there again, with the break. Maybe they have the damage to get through this Bristleback. He's paper. He will die. Cheese is being used. Ana's back in the fight. Paparazzi's been forced up onto the high ground. He's going to try and TP away. Do they have any way to cancel? No, they don't. And T1 managed to turn around that fight. Took a long fight under the effect of all of the tick damage of Zephyr. All of the Spirit charges, Spirit Vessel charges, the latent toxicity, the Venegales, the Nova. And they were able to get it done. It didn't even cost them a buyback. In fact, AA bought back. DY bought back on the side of Xtreme Gaming. So he's got himself a ghost stick, and that's about all he's going to have the rest of the game. Paparazzi does show himself, morphs into the Ursa. Cuckoo's coming in. Zephyr just throws it out on him. Forces some movements. Limps back. He's silenced. There is an Aegis. He will die once. Charge doesn't quite connect, but he wants to get on top of the AA. He's dead with no buyback. There is an ulti. Wing through. BKB walks straight out of the field. But that's no BKB now for Paparazzi. He's very vulnerable. He's going to go back to base. 15 seconds on the Bristleback. And T1 will see that that's enough damage done. And will make their way back. Old 11 has level 20. 400 AoE Silken Bowler. With the AC now. As long as he's around the area, Paparazzi's damage is amped significantly. And with the Ice Guardi and the Abyssal on Lou, you can see they almost got Ana on the high ground here. They kept bashing him, slowing him with the Guardi, just able to make it away under the cover of the BKB. There's a lot of lockdown now coming out from those cores. Lockdown and chase, really. And stick onto a target. Aghanim Scepter as well, so stealing the stats. 20% of stats stolen. Wowzers. It's actually a lot, eh? Either stealing Spell Amp, attack speed, or status resistance. And he's going to be targeting Ursa, so a lot of the times that's attack speed, or I guess status resistance if you get the Primal Beast. It's not a bad one to morph into either. With the Onslaught and the Trample. The status resist or attack speed. Thompson, smoke down the mid lane. They're looking for it. Shiva's Guard will give some vision to scout out when the onslaught comes. Not yet 25, so no pulverized Pierce's magic immunity. DY though is in the wrong neighborhood. He's being caught and he goes down. Paparazzi will throw out his Captive Strike. Abyssal. BKB now from Thompson, but he's just trying to get the damage done. He is dying to the damage of Paparazzi. He will look like he will go down. Buyback is available. Static Storm is catching over onto the Nyx. He dies as well. Arno in with the BKB and the ulti is running off to the side. Poison Nova catches over onto 3. BKB from Cuckoo and the invisibility. Silver Edge just to get himself away and in the trees. He will make it. Whitemon will do the same. So, did wonder whether they were going to try and take that fight with the Poison Nova connecting onto the Spider. Thought maybe they might want to re-engage, but Ana was out. He'd used his ultimate, used the BKB, and there wasn't a clear way to turn that one around, so decided that it was the best to disengage. Not wanting to use the buybacks, just holding on to them for the time being. So 2 and 2. But the mid of T1 dying does make the trade a little more favorable for Xtreme Gaming. Blue has the Trickster Cloak, just a little more. I mean, this guy's just... How's he die? I mean, Ursa just has to get on top of him. He's got so much resistances. It's just 20% magic, just 20% evasion. You can go invisible now as well. Hairball might actually be a consideration for Lu being able to just get those immediate stacks up, add the goo, just more long-range chase. Just spamming out. He's got the plus 383 damage at the moment. Only with the 6 stacks up. He can get up to 10. Those max stacks. And yeah, not yet hitting the plus 18 damage per warpath as well. With a Moon Shard. My goodness, he's huge. You can see that Ursa and Primal Beast are slipping behind. It's just Cuckoo that's really holding T1's net worth lead ahead, I guess. And the Veno as well. Whitemon and Zephyr having a little bit of farm over the supports of Xtreme Gaming. Both teams know exactly where each other are and are just healing it out. TP will come out of the top lane from Ana and he'll make it away before the gank squad comes and gives him an introduction. Opsing so close to 25. 100% pulverized duration. Pulverized Pierce's magic immunity. It's hard to decide which one is. Probably Pierce magic immunity. Paparazzi is sent back. BKB is used. As a Manta, holding onto it for the time being. No BKB. Will just waveform over the cliff. And do they want to continue the chase? T1? Maybe. Knowing that the Morphling is weak without that BKB. Glimpse. Sending him back. And Ana's just waiting there. Gets in front. Not yet popping the ultimate. Just trying to get some stacks up. There's six stacks. Overpower. I want to try and keep fighting now that he's got those initial stacks. Did you get the timer? Yeah, 20 seconds Fury stack timer. So Bristle's got to play pretty careful until those stacks disperse. They're still on there. 7 seconds. Extra 343 damage from Ursa's attacks. Zephyr's become somewhat of a core hound here. Level 20, Gale creates Plague Wards. He just wants more Plague Wards out. Poison Sting slow. Poison Sting health damage reduction. Health regen reduction. Thompson is stunned. BKB comes out full staff to help him. Abyssal as well, but the Ice Blast hasn't really done the job. It's missed entirely, and now the break comes out. And Bristle, you're dead for 95. Static Storm catching on top of Old 11. He's caught, silenced in it. Morphling as well, actually. Basher hits Paparazzi, has to waveform away. Ana, he's chasing now hard. Off to the side, Old 11 throws out a web, trying to run. Charge coming through from Thompson will actually cancel the TP. Does get stunned by the Spike Carapace, but Ana with the Fury swipes. It's enough damage. And with the uproar going off again. The Splinters. And Roshan is here and Weddy and waiting. We got an Aghanim Scepter. Maybe for Cuckoo. I think give it to Zephyr. Give this Ags to Zephyr. Poison Nova. Yeah. Who's he gonna give it to? Or is it? No, it's a Disruptor, surely. It's a Disruptor Ags. It has to be a Disruptor Ags. Whitemon, give him the Ags, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now we've got Mutes items on the Aghanims. No more BKBs for you. Get caught in this Static Storm. No Yules, no BKB, no nothing. You will just die. And this is where the gold is. It's the 21k net worth lead, but you can still see the 2 cores are quite farmed for Xtreme Gaming. It's in the support. And support gold often is what decides games. Don't want to have to buy back on Old 11. Ana pushes up to the high ground. It's hard with all the Ice Vortexes. Thompson charges through, clears out the illusions, will make his way back, and he catches the 3-man Static Storm. It's the Mute. There's no BKBs. They can't do anything. They're caught. Ana going away with the Fury Slice. The Pulverized catches as well. Buyback comes out from Paparazzi. Going to try and get something done. Morphs into the Ursa. Support goal deciding games. The Blink Dagger on Whitemon gets him with the 3-man Static Storm. I think one managed to get out of it, but they were still silenced and muted for a moment. And that's now Buyback on Paparazzi. Gone. So that's a huge timing. Ana, he's still waiting around. Waiting. Illusions will come out. Patience. Got level 25. Rage provides half benefit to allies. It's a weird one. 3 overpower attacks. Turn Rage, half benefits to allies. Okay. Damage reduction, status resistance. Pretty good. Cuckoo has got the removed teleportation cooldown. Soon we'll have 2.5 times strength on Treants. Paparazzi sporting the flicker just to give him some a little more survivability. 11 trying to just delay this push a little bit with the spiders, but the Wrath of Nature comes out, clears the creep wave, and the jump will probably come soon. They've got another Blink Static Storm available. Where is he? Standing behind Whitemon. He knows how important he is in these fights. Standing well back. Got the Spell Prism. Reduce the cooldown of that Static Storm. Even if he catches one. If he catches Paparazzi or the Bristle inside the Static Storm, you know, there's not a lot anyone can do to help them. Plus it's a very fast 4-staff. Not even sure they have 4 staffs to help them. I think so. Stun, catches onto Cuckoo, but he's very tanky. Look at this man. AC, Satanic. Bloodthorn. He's a little low on mana though. He's got to TP home. Get a little refill. And just the slow chip at the moment. Blue wants to just keep that damage up. He's plus 653. He's got the plus 18 per stack. Blue, there's damage. He's hitting for about 800. Goes in Ana. Doesn't use the ultimate just yet. He has an Aegis. So he's trying to maybe bait it out a little bit. Thompson, BKB comes through, catches the Nyx. Buyback is there and will be used immediately. Blue with the BKB trying to chase down on the Thompson, but soon he won't actually have that protection. Disrupt actually dies. Static Storm is a whiff. And now Zephyr, he's trying to retreat, trying to get some damage through it. Lou, he's hitting for a lot. 800 plus damage, and he's just cleaning out house. Ursa's still alive in the middle of the fight. Ana trying to get onto Paparazzi, but the stun. Ana, once again, the ultimate. There's a break on top of the Bristle, and he dies. There's no buyback there. Old 11 making her way up over the cliff. Dies well. Buyback. Buybacks used on everyone. No one has buybacks currently right now. Stun does miss. Thompson low on mana. But they know there's no Bristleback. This is their timing. Static Storm will be ready in 13. Whitemon is just waiting. Can catch him in the Static Storm. Yeah, I mean, it was a whiff. It was a whiff before, and they still managed to somewhat take the fight. So with the Static Storm connecting, it's hard to see a way that Xtreme Gaming can take this fight. The Treants up to the high ground, providing the vision. Thompson off to the side. The Ice Vortexes are actually cancelling any Blink Daggers. Pretty painful. DY is just trying to do everything he can. Stun comes out, but there's immediate spike Carapace. Ana with the ultimate, trying to get through. There's the AA dead. And buyback comes out from Bristle. It did come up, and the Spider is on the hunt along with the Bristleback. There's a break, but it doesn't matter if you're the one doing the killing. The rest of T1 were able to disengage from the situation, but that's forced more buybacks. Just came up in time for that defense. You can see Thompson and Ana are the only two with buybacks right now. So expended the AA. That was actually, yeah, that was a buyback on... Pretty sure that was a buyback on Bristle there as well. Yeah, 7 minutes and 10 seconds. Yeah, so didn't show in that fight recap. But yeah, definitely buyback on the bristle. Whitemon, even forsaking the Spell Prism for the Ninja Gear, knowing how important it is that he doesn't get caught under vision. This is now the most important spell in the game. The Ag Scepter Static Storm. He has to get it off on a target. Because the cores of Xtreme are a little scarier. You know, the Bristleback with the 10 stacks. 800 damage. 800 damage with bashes. With the cool sprays coming out as well. And of course, with the negative armor, the minus armor on the targets, they're going to be taking, you know, amped up physical damage. Struggling against that illusion though. So that Nature's Prophet 25. No, not quite yet. So 100% mischance for sprouted units. Would be impactful against the Morphling. Tries to stand and fight inside a sprout. Roche is possibly available in 40 seconds. It's a big one. It'll be all the goodies. Paparazzi has a refresher. Got the blessing for the Aghanim Scepter. He's so rich. So, refresher, I mean, what's that? 4 waveforms? That's a lot of damage. Double adaptive strikes, double morph when your morph runs out, and the smokes are coming out. It's a 5-man smoke against 4-man smoke. Cuckoo is available as well. Roshan. Both. Treant and Plague Wards are in the pit, scouting it out. It'll be 1 minute and 53, so a fairly long respawn. DY will check it out as well. See, there's nothing in there. Ooh. Careful. Both teams switch sides, mirroring each other at the moment. But you haven't got a Nature's Prophet pushing against T1. They've got the pressure on the bottom lane. And Xtreme may just have to go back. With the illusions and the treants coming in, they have to make their way back, and this might just leave Roche open. I could find Cuckoo on the map. He's just everywhere. Teleportation, teleportation. Look at him go. Just jumping back and forth. So right now, game has turned a little bit tense. Paparazzi not yet level 30, so still with some room to grow in terms of his talents. 11 has 25, grabbed the 35% Silken Bowler, slow and mischance, so that's now at 90%. So if you don't have your BKB, this is a 12-second cooldown, 16 duration. Glimpse coming back. BKB will be popped on 11. It doesn't catch the spider. Cuckoo is just all over the map. TP's in, TP's out. And once those treants hit level with the 2.5 times stronger, the base will be under threat. Illusions trying to scout, will go down. Roche in 15. They catch the Morphling with the Static Storm. Ana's on top of him and tops him with the Pulverize. Poison over as well. The Abyssal, do they have enough? They will. He's dead with no buyback for 125. The Bristleback BKB, but that's not going to last forever. You know they're chasing him. Tries to TP away. Does he get the job done? He does. Onslaught comes through, catches onto 2, but there's the Spike Capris. Tries to slow down Thompson's rampage moving forward, but it's not enough. And GG well played. There it is. With no buybacks available, T1 will take game 1 in this best of 2 group stage between Xtreme and T1. Not the outcome that I think a lot of people were considering. And we'll be heading soon to a game 2.